Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. It's been a long time since I posted, and that's because life has been a little bit crazy, but one of the great things that happened was we bought a house, which I'm so incredibly excited and grateful for, and it just happens to be one of my childhood homes that was built in the 1950s, so I'm just extra excited. I think I'll just save more details about that for maybe the description box so that I'm not rambling too much, but this is the bathroom. It's pretty original. It has a different toilet and sink and different tile on the floor, which goes out into the hall, as you can see, but it is the original tile, or at least what I remember from when I was a kid, that is on like the walls, except in the bathroom, like the bath part, they've added, you can kind of see this like piece they've added over it. I'm not sure why, but and the bathtub is actually the original bathtub as well. It's so tiny. And it's actually like a really pale blue. I feel like it doesn't really come up on camera, but yeah, it's just really tiny. But I do like it, but eventually I think we're probably going to want to completely redo it. And then outside of the bathroom, there's just this little linen closet, which is very small as well. But I have this vintage contact paper. I think I was talking about maybe using that in there. So now we get to the kitchen, and we've actually been living here for a few months now, so it looks really weird even seeing this video because I've changed so much of what it looks like. But the kitchen is actually different than when I lived here when I was a kid. So the section right there where the fridge is, that never used to be there. You actually had your kitchen table in that area, and you'll see in a minute there's some counter and like cupboards that have been put in next to the fridge. None of that was there. You actually had your kitchen table in the kitchen, and I think I like pan around here in a minute or something, but all of that wasn't there. I think that's what I'm saying. I was talking in this video originally, but it was really long, and I was really upset about something at the same time, and it came across in the video, so I decided to just cut it down and record a voiceover. So right here is where the fridge was, and then that whole other area used to be where you would put your table. I'm undecided about whether I want to like eventually like put it back to that. I don't know. I think it would look really cute with a little like round tulip table over in that corner with maybe some built-in shelving to like display some of my vintage like Pyrex and stuff. But it's painted this like dark green trim around the lights, which I despise these lights, and I do want to get new ones, but by new I mean I want to find vintage ones, so I'm just gonna live with them for now. But definitely was very excited to paint over the dark green. I think eventually we're going to want to completely like redo the kitchen, but I actually do quite like it, like enough to live with it. But I do really want to live here for like a few years before we do anything, so that I'm like very sure of what I want, if that makes sense. Like so I can get exactly what I want, I guess is what I mean. I'm not sure if these are like the original cupboards or not. I kind of want to say they are. Like it looks the same to me, but again, it was a long time ago that I lived here, so I don't know. But definitely want to change the hardware. And as at the time that I'm recording this voiceover, we've actually already like been living here, like I said, for a few months, so things are like already kind of redone in terms of like painting and stuff. So I'm going to be posting like tours of what the rooms look like now. I just thought it would be fun to post a video showing what like the before was for myself, but it also would just be cool to have on the channel. So that's why I went ahead and did it. I'm hoping that I can, I was thinking about trying to find like vintage appliances, but I feel like it might be better to find like vintage inspired, because they'd probably be like better for the environment. So right now I'm just gonna live with what came with the house, which is like a newer fridge and stove, both of which it's not my favorite, but it works. So I actually really prefer like the coil like ranges over the flat tops, and I definitely prefer like a white fridge over a stainless steel, even though stainless steel is like really popular. I don't like the way it looks. So now you can get a better look at the other side there with the cupboards. So my plan was to like immediately, I was like, I'm just gonna take the cupboard, the fronts off of them so I can use them as like display shelves, which I did end up doing, which you'll see when I post the kitchen tour, which the kitchen is definitely the most dramatic change. Like looking at this footage now is so weird to me because the kitchen looks so different now. But yeah, the old owner left a ton of stuff in the house, so you'll see a lot of stuff in the house. But yeah, so I left it on the bottom, but as soon as I saw, even before I saw the house in person, I thought I'm gonna take those cupboard doors off, and then I could use it to display some like vintage Pyrex or something. And I did, and it made like such a big difference, even though it's such a small thing. It's funny, I'm just noticing now as I'm watching this, on the counter there is actually a roll of vintage wallpaper from like the late 60s, early 70s that I found for like $2. I found it years ago, and I've been saving it for, when we bought a house. So it's cool. I already have it up, which you'll see in the kitchen tour, but it turned out so, so, so amazing. I think this was just me like stepping back to look at like what it might look like if, the doors were not on. And I think that's probably what I'm talking about in this clip. I'm thinking about maybe including some of like the raw footage and like me talking in the like individual room tours, because I recorded this, I think, like the day after we closed. And it'll be interesting to see like what I was saying I wanted to do versus like what ends up happening. I was very excited to see that the hinges weren't painted over, though. I know that's what I was pointing out there. So here it is, just kind of an overview of the kitchen. I can't wait to show you what it looks like now. And here's a shot of the floor, the floor is not my favorite, but at the same time, like I can live with it. I've lived with a lot worse. The countertop, however, I did end up changing that, so you guys will see that soon. So here is a look at the living room, which is actually quite large, especially compared to the apartment we were living in for 2 years. I'm really, really excited that there is the original hardwood like all throughout the house, except for, the kitchen and bathroom and the hallway. And it's actually in fairly good condition. Like it could definitely be refinished, but it's not terrible considering how old it is. So the owner, I think I mentioned, left so much stuff in the house. It took like days to get it all out. But one of them was this TV mount, which if you've watched any of my tours before, you'll know that we have like a 1970s floor model TV. So we thought it was pretty funny that he obviously left that there thinking that we would use it, which we definitely did not. And we actually ended up selling it. But I think I'm talking about how my plan eventually, like down the road, would be to actually build like a built-in bookshelves and a place for our TV to fit in as well. But like that won't be for a while, but I really love that look. You see it in like a lot of old like TV shows in their houses, like Bewitched and stuff. So there's tons of stuff here. Some of it's ours, but the owner left like a lot of stuff, like I said, our poor garbage man. But I do really love the layout of the living room. It's just a really nice, big, open like space, and there's tons of light that comes in, which is also really nice because our old apartment was like on the basement level, which definitely was not very bright. It also has these like French doors that go into like what is known as like the bonus room, but we're using it as a dining room, aka my childhood bedroom. It was so weird walking in here for the first time. Obviously the French doors were not there, you know, when I was a child. You can like see where they've been added, like on the floor, and the regular door to get in there as well was like a regular door, not a French door. But we love the addition of the French doors. I think it looks really nice because you can close off the room if you want, but we do have like a heat pump already in the house, which obviously that helps with the air flowing into that room as well. And we just think it kind of looks nice. Although if I could change it, I would want to get those like vintage colored glass like divider things. My grandparents had something like that in their house and I loved it. I was obsessed. The floors in here are actually in really good shape too, which was really nice. Eventually, I think I'd like to do some type of like built-ins in this room as well. I just love the look of built-ins. But this room does have a closet because, like I said, it was kind of like a bonus room. So I guess, like, you know, you could use it as a bedroom, which is what my parents did for me, or like a dining room because, like, the kitchen is pretty small. But I think this wall right here is where I might want to do the bookends or built-ins. I don't know why I keep saying book. But this closet here, obviously we don't need it as a closet. So my plan when I saw it was to turn it into like a pantry. And that's what I did, which you'll see when I post the dining room tour. But I think eventually like I'd maybe want to take the closet out and just make that whole wall like built-ins. I think that would look really good. But I do have a china cabinet that I'm just going to like put in here for now. But the idea would be that eventually the built-ins could just take the place of the china cabinet. And now we come to the most hideous light fixture in the history, I think. I don't even know what they were thinking when they put this in here, but it is so massive for the space. And when I get up close, you'll see like the bulbs don't even fit. They're like sticking out of the fixture. It's just, it's hideous. But I do want to find one that I really, really love, and hopefully a vintage one, before I like replace it. And just to make up for that hideousness, I'll show you. We have a super cute light fixture out in our entryway, which I kind of feel like might be original. We do have a really nice size closet in our entryway as well, but the door was in pretty like rough looking shape, so I did end up painting. I pretty much ended up painting like the entire house almost, which I was very happy when that was over, and I'm not looking forward to painting the rest. I'm glad that I did because it made a big difference, but it was a lot of work. And so then we have some stairs that go upstairs. The carpet, again, not my favorite. It's like super scratchy feeling, but it's like neutral, so it doesn't, there could be like worse carpet, but we are going to replace that as well. The upstairs is like, it just has 2 rooms in it, but their rooms are really big, but they do have like the old style like slanted ceilings. I should mention, like, this house to us feels huge, but by like societal standards, it's like a very small house, but we love it. It's like the perfect size for us. So this is the 1 bedroom. This is what we actually ended up using as our bedroom, but initially we weren't going to. But again, hardwood floors up here, which are in really good condition, versus downstairs, because obviously, you know, there's not like as much traffic in the upstairs as there would be downstairs. But even with like all of our bedroom furniture in this room, it's still so much room, like probably twice as big as like one of our bedrooms that we lived in for like 3 years. We would definitely be able to fit like a king size bed in here. I don't think we'd ever get it like up the stairs just because of the stairs being so tiny. But it does have 2 closets in here, which is nice as well. The chimney actually goes up through the middle, which is why it's like not just one full closet, which one is like more so for clothing. So it has like a bar in it and stuff. I was thinking about maybe painting the closet at some point just to make it look a little better, but I don't know. It is like a very big closet in terms of clothing. It's what John is actually using for his stuff. He has all his clothes in there and a bunch of other stuff and still has plenty of room. And then the other closet on the other side, ignore like I said, there was so much stuff in here. It was garbage bags full of stuff. It just has shelves, but you could put a bar in there. I'm pretty sure that's like how it was when we lived here. But it actually works out fine, and I'm keeping like extra linens and stuff in there. So, and then into the other room. So, we bought this house far away from where we used to live. So I actually was like staying here on an air mattress for like almost a month, before we like officially moved in. This is just an air mattress. So this is the room that had like the most stuff in it, because this is basically where I was like all the time when I wasn't like working on the house. So I had got a bunch of like mid-century inspired furniture online as well that like we just moved up here in like boxes, or I had shipped to this house. So in between painting, I was like putting together furniture and stuff, and so I used the boxes as a TV stand. One of the pieces I bought was this vanity, which I am obsessed with. I think I show it a lot because I was so excited. I think I had just put it together that day or the day before. But I actually got this on Amazon, and it was incredibly like inexpensive. It had some bad reviews, so I was a little bit worried, but I loved the look of it, that I just wanted it and I didn't care. So it's been about 5 months. It's still holding up pretty good. All I will say is that the drawer, the front part, I was having a hard time, like it kept coming off. So I just got some like super glue, wood glue, glued it back on. It's been fine ever since. So, I mean, it's not like the most high quality piece, but it was, I think, only like $100, maybe $120. But I love the look of it. It just super mid-century, and I wanted like a small vanity with like a drawer that didn't have any dividers, just so I could do that myself. So anyway, I think that's why I took so much footage of this, because I was so excited, but I'm still loving it. It's been like 5 months, and it's just like the perfect size. I have not a lot of makeup, so. And then I also got these mid-century inspired end table like nightstands, which I'm also still obsessed with. Also super inexpensive from Amazon. I think they were like $70. I was a little bit worried, but they've been holding up just fine. And this room has a walk-in closet. I mean, you can walk into it, so it is a walk-in closet. It is pretty tiny, but this is what I'm actually using just for my clothes, and it's working out perfect. I'm also like a vintage like reseller, so I have like a bunch of stuff. Like I'm able to keep a bunch of stuff in there for reselling as well, because I'm currently using this room as like an office, but I also like keep my clothes in here in my vanity and get ready in the morning. So just kind of a hybrid, but it's really cool because you can keep clothes on both sides. It has like a bar on both sides, and like a big section above there where it's like not slanted. So I actually put shelves in there, and I don't know, I love the way that it turned out. Anyway, so that is our house. I'm so excited and so incredibly grateful that we were able to do this. This is like my dream house. And I can't believe that it came true. So anyway, I'm going to be posting some videos of the tours of what some of the rooms look like now, and then I do have some Christmas videos planned. So I'm really, really excited about that. I'm currently like decorating the house right now for Christmas, and so those videos will be coming in December. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.